Hi Scorpio, welcome to your unexpected reading for May 29th through June 28th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, along with the link for the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to cards everywhere, Soulology. Much love and support to her. YouTube has taken away related channels in the side area, so I'm really glad that to be able to recommend other readers so that everybody has access to differing information. There's that King of Cups. We'll get to that in a minute. Just, to be able to get what you need or find someone who you fit with. So anyway, Soulology, and I'll have her link in the description box below. Hopefully you can check her out and show her some love and support. Give her a like and subscribe if you aren't already. Okay, so this could be feeling guarded. This could be Pisces. This could also just be keeping your emotions guarding, like having a lot of emotion or, desire for someone or something, but keeping those in check because of a situation. You could be dealing with a Pisces Scorpio. There's always that. All right. This is also somebody that sits in the seat of power because they are able to keep their emotions in check. They don't engage emotionally as a way of at times managing a situation, kind of like withholding to be able to it's a way of being secretive. Okay, all right, so it could be Pisces. It could be where you're at right now. It could be you're dealing with a Pisces. It could be how you feel. It could just be someone guarding their emotions. All right, Scorpio, the unexpected for May 29th through June 28th. Knight of Wands. All right. So we got the Knight of Wands and the Death card. Hang on a second here. Getting a little warm. Sorry, not doing anything to the cards. Just I'm getting a little warm, so I'm gonna take off my sweater. Okay. So you got Death, that could be you, Scorpio. Page of Swords. So we got moving towards what you want or being in hot pursuit or someone's in hot pursuit of you. And this is a passionate quest. This is a lot of activity, a lot of movement, a lot of going after what you want. Friends may be involved. Kind of an us against them feel. It's kind of like you're rallying the troops here. It feels like there's been an ending and we've got communication online or not communicating at all. So did an ending just happen and the lines have been drawn and people are on, there's, hold on before I get too into it here. All right. Glasses, there we go. Nine of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Emperor, Seven of Cups, what else for Scorpio? Queen of Cups. So you could be dealing with a Cancerian. Doesn't have to be, but we're probably talking about someone that you feel very suited with because that King of Cups came out earlier. So perhaps you're having to reserve your emotions, but you really do think that this might be a very emotionally reciprocal relationship. You feel like you fit with this person. So why this? Look at the swords here. I mean, why the change and the ending and the transformation, and then so you're dealing with an ending. But is this because of cheating, or are you going after what you want now that there's been an ending? Is this a separate situation that you're going after what you want and there's been an ending and you're not talking to this person anymore? Huh. Okay, two different people here. What's this Nine of Swords about? We've got a long-standing situation that's causing you a lot of angst and worry. Sometimes this is a nightmare card. Round and round you go inside your head. What's this about? What's this Nine of Swords about? And why are we crooked here? of me. What's this Nine of Swords about? You got an unexpected ending, or some sort of like basically a fight, like an argument, or just a sudden decision, a sudden cutting off that you're going to be dealing with, that's going to just be replaying over and over again in your mind, or you're wondering how to cut something off, how to end things quickly. But I feel like this is an ending that is abrupt for you. That it's that's interesting, because we've got moving towards what you want, and then we've got an ending here that's been a long time coming. But are you worried about how to officially end it? Because there hasn't been any movement made towards an ending. There hasn't been any communication. Perhaps a fight is really on your mind. You know, just some unkind things, harsh things were said. This is Queen of Cups. This could be Aquarius also. Queen of Cups. So if this isn't a Cancerian person you're dealing with, this could be male or female. But this could be a codependent situation right here. This could be dealing with somebody that's very codependent. You could be dealing with somebody that that is also dealing with addiction, or something that is just has got the best of them, and try as you might, there's no amount of nurturing or care that could help them. This could be that you need to pull back from this situation and practice self-care, because it's really weighing quite heavily on you and holding you back. It could be that somebody's emotional machinations and manipulations it's just not a healthy situation. And that's why you're just like, how do I end this? This needs to end. We gotta get stuff out in the open. I can't take it anymore. What's this Knight of Pentacles about for Scorpio? An offer, yay or nay? What's this Knight of Pentacles about? Security, stability, or not. Again, this has the feeling of being withheld from. This could be Taurus, but this is about an offer that could be coming in, but it's coming at a glacial pace. It's in opposition to this right here. I mean, this is fast-paced. This is passionate. This is just filled with passion towards what you want. This is waiting around to see what the best offer is, because you know what you're worth and what you have to offer, and you're wanting someone to be able to match that. So this is stagnation. This is being stubborn, could be. Or this is just an offer coming in. It's stable, solid, and secure, but it's moving very slowly. It's not moving fast enough. Perhaps that's what the heartbreak is over. Perhaps it's that this isn't stable and steady, but it's manipulative, controlling, and you got to get out from under it, and your heart is just breaking because of that. But you also knew that could happen. This Three of Swords is something that is predictable, like, oh, I kind of figured this was going to happen, or it's not out of the blue. It's come to this. It's very reminiscent of this death energy, because it is a process, and it's just sad. Just sadness. And it was kind of unavoidable, much like this right here. It wasn't out of the blue like the Ten of Swords. This was to be expected. This was a scenario that could be anticipated or expected here. So on the one hand, we have a fight. Maybe you have this new passionate love interest, and you got in a fight that you're really quite worried about how to, resolve it or whatnot. But this right here could be emotional manipulation. It could just be constant, like this is somebody who's kind of out for their own needs. So it could be that you're constantly having to be understanding and in support of that. And maybe you two are having issues over the security or stability or the potential for that, and what your idea of that is and what theirs is. And could be that you're not going to get it. This is Aquarius. This could be Capricorn. This could be Taurus, Aries, Scorpio, Leo. We had that King of Cups. That could be Pisces. So are you going it alone? Are you breaking things off? What's this Emperor about? I think you're pulling back for the sake of your sanity and just being like, I gotta get grounded here. I gotta get back to what is solid, stable, normal, and I gotta listen to my inner voice here. I know that's usually the High Priestess, but this is all about wise counsel, about stabilizing about bringing things back into control and under control. What's this Emperor about? What's this Emperor about? Perhaps this is a judge or a lawyer. What's this Emperor about? Scorpio. You know what, this feels, okay, so this is, yeah, I was going to say, this is not a 3, this is a 4. This feels very solitary to me, because this is somebody that bides their time working on the day-to-day and doesn't do a whole lot of going out, socializing, or dating. I know a lot of people think this is teamwork, but rather this is somebody who is the master of their craft and has people occasionally stopping by to either critique, comment, check in on progress, that sort of thing. So this person is largely independent, and it involves doing things that are very grounded, very practical, pragmatic, a very stable, steady approach. Except instead of getting it with this person, you're getting it with yourself. There's a sense that you're not going to ever get that, not ever, that you're not, you two are talking about different things when you talk about stability or longevity and security and all that for an offer. Perhaps this is that this offer is not coming now, and you know that now, or it's gonna, you don't want to have to keep waiting for an offer to come. And if that's the case, it could be dealing with this relationship that you've kind of been dealing with for quite some time. You've got the Knight of Swords here, and there's been a blow up, and it's because, you know, when are we going to get off the ground? And it's just the offer, the stability, the us being together is taking too long to arrive, and it's breaking your heart. And unexpectedly, from the top turnbuckle, you decide to just, you know what, I am going to go it alone. I need to get back to myself. I need to practice some self-care here, because you're not taking care of me. It could be that, but this is all about reestablishing control and choosing to be by yourself for a while to figure out what you need to do. This isn't about going inward. You know what to do. You just haven't been, because you've been extending leniency or, you know, time, and it's not happening. So on the one hand, I feel like it's two people, though, because we've got this passionate pursuit, or maybe this is what it comes to after this happens. Like, you know what, it's just not going to happen within the time frame that I want. And furthermore, I'm not going to get the offer that I want from this person either. And it feels very, I'm starting to feel like I'm enabling or codependent. Like, you know, this could even be the other person. You're just a part of an unhealthy situation, and self-care is an issue here. You're not getting your needs met, and you need to pull back and look out for yourself right now. And this is about you largely working for your own security, you know, by and large, staying under yourself. What's this Seven of Cups about? Yeah, because you don't know, okay, what's this Seven of Cups about? Yeah, notice it. Okay, so here's what's going to happen most likely. I say most likely. In terms of this intimacy issue, because we got two knights here, that's intimacy. After this happens, and I don't think this is an offer coming in because this is brokenhearted. I think that after you decide, you know what, I can't, I've waited long enough, okay, pull them back. Here comes the offer, right? And this right here is about you not landing on a decision. Do not make a decision. This devil and this Seven of Cups right here, that means that you need to vet this offer more. You need to let the offer hang, because you just got it. So as soon as you turn your back on this offer that hasn't come and there's sadness, here comes the offer, which is, you know, opens up a lot of questions for me as far as the timing of it. But what you need to do is stay, you need to not land on anything as much as you might. This feels like it's going to be too little too late. It feels like, again, that we had that King of Cups, and that was somebody that withholds emotions or connections or uses them strategically to maintain control. And an offer coming in right after you leave and decide, okay, I've waited long enough, I got to go. Okay, now I want to get, you know, that's problematic in and of itself. So as far as what you need to do, this is about going it alone, working, doing things that ground you and that take care of you and resource you, and working towards your security, bringing everything back into control and alignment for yourself, because this is out of control right here. This is your emotions being out of control. You could be dealing with someone that is involved in a very heavy toxic situation, or somebody that is, you know, got some addictions or some things, just major things they're trying to work through that are holding them back. You don't need to be held back by that. You can only go so far with somebody like that, and you need to get out and it's not balance out. You need to restore balance here. And I know the Three of Pentacles a lot of times is about teamwork. This feels very solitary to me. You taking the reins and taking the control back in your life. And then if and when here comes this offer, it's about you staying non-committal. The Seven of Cups. It's not about you. You're confused about the offer. You don't know what to do. You might be, but as far as what you need to do with that as well, it's about staying non-committal. Because no. That's what is that? That's just there's, you know, to all of a sudden, you know that this is breaking my heart. You're withholding this from you. You're being, you know, it's stagnant. It's a long time coming. Or someone's just digging their heels in it. They only want a sexual relationship. And we got the Devil and the Knight of Pentacles here. That could just be sex only. And yet you're all in emotionally, or you want to be all in, but so you go it alone, and then here comes the offer. You know, staying non-committal. All right. Let's do this one. I think it's a two-parter. Like it's probably, as long as you've waited for this situation to resolve or to work out for your benefit, you finally are ready to walk away and just be like, well, I'm going to do what makes sense for me. Like there's a cutting off here and going after what you want, or in pursuit of what you want. And there's almost a sense of making up for lost time. But ironically, it's not with this person. It's by yourself. It's not working things out with this person. It's you taking the reins and moving away from this situation. That, I mean, because somebody's dealing with another excuse me, situation that they need to resolve, and they're not. And it's dragging you down, and there's no stability to it. And it's probably just sex at this point. There's no connection. Either way, stability is, I mean, it's breaking your heart. There's a lot of sadness because that offer's just not coming, or it's taken too long to come. There's no way to tell when it's coming in. And so again, with the independence, reinstating control back in your life, and being very careful about who you interact with, what and where and when, monitoring everything and making sure that it's under your, because it's, you know, it could be that you're pretty fragile, right? That you just, like, you've been through it. I just need to know that my life is back under my control. I don't want to have to deal with any mess or nonsense. I just want to get some control back in my life. So chakra number one, you walk away from this situation. Chakra number two, here comes the offer that, you know what I mean? Like, there was basically like a main issue here, and the other person knew it, and they only offer it when you walk away. That's just, excuse me. All right. So what else for Scorpio? No, it's first. Hi. Hello. How are you? Scorpio. Queen of Wands. Okay. It's kind of hard because this sometimes talks about a couple that really is in sync with each other, that they're very, this is the type of person that everybody wants to be with. And this, if we're talking about a couple, for me, it's always that couple that just seems to have that enduring passion and adventurous side to them, and there's just a perfect fit. Like, this is just somebody you really feel like you fit with. It's also the card of dating and being non-committal and going around and being a part of everything, but then at the end of the day going back and being very private and solitary and in solitude, and you're okay with both, being among everything and then going back and enjoying the solitude. So it's, I think that's basically, this is you regaining control again. This could be Aries, but I think this is about you being very independent. And we got Aries here too as the Emperor. So it feels like there's a need to get vertical, to get back to doing what you want to do when you want to do it, instead of waiting around for an offer that arrives a little too late, too little too late. And this right here, this Death card, this is about the slow process of an ending, and because of that, there's a transformative experience. Like at the end, you're transformed. You can't undo this process. You might, get back together with somebody or repeat the same mistakes, but this process left an impression on you. And typically there's a transformation at the end of that. I don't know what is wrong with my throat all of a sudden. All right, so let's see what else here for Scorpio. So as for, in terms of this right here, this is, I don't know, I'm wondering, I'm wondering if it is connected to this person. On the one hand, I thought it was like, okay, this is the old person, this is the new person. But is this all about the same person? Because it's just too little too late. Huh. Maybe this is just recognizing that and, but then there's an offer coming and stay non-committal. And this is taking communication way down a notch. If there's communication at all, this is probably just doing the fade. What else for Scorpio? What's for Scorpio? All right, we've got the bouquet. Not really. Can you see that? No. The bouquet. We've got the moon. All right, so in terms of tarot cards, it would be the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So this is making the decision. This could be Libra, but it's making a very clear, decisive decision to cut things off and to walk away. We're looking at these for tarot cards. As far as Lenormand, we've got the bouquet, which is a blossoming relationship, and we've got the moon. A blossoming relationship where you feel really in tune and connected to somebody, and you feel like there's a fit there, which is kind of indicative of this right here, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So we've got a sincere friendship or a sincere, authentic connection that you really feel a fit with this person. But there's also the heartache that this offer that's coming in is too little too late. And what to do about that ending. I don't think this is about somebody has changed. I think this is an offer coming in too little too late. And we go from this Three of Swords to the Death, where there's grief and sadness, but it's still negotiable. You're nowhere near done. It's just a phase that you're going to pass through. Things will, this too shall pass. This is transformational to where you can't not know what you know. And the experience of the transformation or the process of ending things stays with you, and you don't forget that. So could be, making that, being decisive and clear cut and walking away with much sadness. Talking about this relationship that has all this potential, and you really feel that kismet connection, but yet the timing of the offer is what's basically it's undoing at this point. Because it's like, now you offer? Really? You knew how I felt. You knew what I was going through. And to be fair, they're kind of going through it too. They might be dealing with their own mess, but this is, you've been here before with this person. And it's probably come to this. There's probably like a fight or an unexpected just, lashing out because of frustration and sadness and feeling like you're put on the back burner and the other person. And all right, what else for Scorpio? What else for Scorpio? All right, so this is the Eight of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. An unexpected offer. Fast and hard communication or movement where someone is having to juggle two choices, or an offer is made and someone is deciding between, this or that, or there's basically trying for balance here. And this feels like someone rushing in at the last minute and trying to salvage a situation. That's what this feels like. In light of this reading, this feels like all of a sudden this communication, this movement, this rapid stuff. I mean, and in an effort to rebalance the situation, to reestablish control, or to negotiate the control in a situation. And it's not that, you know, I'm talking about control, but, you know, just somebody's semblance of efficacy, feeling like, okay, well, I don't feel like I'm sitting around waiting for something. I actually feel like I have some say in this decision or this situation. This is unexpected, immediate communication coming back in to reestablish that or to try and negotiate that. Because here you are by yourself. The die has been cast. You're like, well, I'm just going to go back to what I know and do what I do, the status quo. That's going to ground me. That's really going to help me get some control back in my life and make me feel like my life is my own and that I'm me again. I'm me. And this could also be in an effort to work this out. You two go to talk to somebody that you trust. It could be a counselor, a doctor. This could be a family friend, a parent. Maybe you're on the off chance, because this is all about last minute negotiations to salvage a situation. So it could be that, but I feel more like this is you having left the situation, and then again here comes this 11th hour offer, trying to reestablish connection, communication, like bargaining, like, okay, well, what if what? It's too late. It's too late. All right, Scorpio, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. It doesn't have to be related to all the other readings. I mean, it might, but it might not. It doesn't. Boy, it's been lasting though, hasn't it? The same thing keeps coming up. But okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.